Hi, Assalamualaikum students. Okay, so for today we will continue with the other part of calculation in chapter 4, which is we will learn how to calculate the total claim amount should be paid by the insurance company when there is a losses or risk happen to their customers. Okay, so you can refer from past year question October 2016. Part C, question number 2. Okay, so for the first question, A, okay, when we look from this question, okay, Nurul insured her bungalow under a standard fire insurance policy with the sum insured of 325,000. Okay, so this is the amount of sum insured. Okay, based on the fire insurance policy, the sum insured is 325,000. 8 months later, fire occurred and her bungalow is partially damaged. After investigation carried by loss adjuster, the loss suffered is estimated at 75,000. So meaning your total loss, okay, during the damage is 75,000. At the time of loss, the value of the house is 375,000. So now we have to calculate what are the claim amount payable by the insurance company accordingly. Okay. So for the answer, firstly, you have to know first we have a formula that you have to remember based on this question. So in order for us to calculate for the total claim amount payable, so it must be based on the formula of sum insured. Okay. So for the formula of for this question, which is Nurul is also, only insured her bungalow, okay, with one insurance policy. Okay, so with one fire insurance policy, so the formula is sum insured. You have to divide with the value at the time of loss. Okay, so the market value of the asset at the time of loss. So you have to divide with the total value of the asset at the time of loss. Okay, and then you have to times with, okay, so firstly, we have to calculate first, okay, the amount of sum insured, divide with the value at the time of the loss, okay, and then you have to times with the amount of total loss. Okay, so this is the formula. If the customer insured her asset with one insurance policy. Okay, so this is the formula here. Right, so sum insured divide by value at the time of loss times with the total loss. So based on this question, the amount of sum insured is, okay, 325,000. 125,000. Okay, and then we have to divide with the value at the time of loss. So how much the value of the asset at the time of loss? Okay, so the value of the house is 335,000. Okay, so you have to divide first. Okay, sum insured with the value at the time of loss. And then you have to times with the total loss. So the amount of total loss is estimated at 75,000. So this is the amount of total loss. Okay, so you have to calculate here. Okay, the amount of total loss, okay, it will be 75,000. So the answer is, okay, 65,000. Okay, so this is basically how you will answer. Okay, for the question, if the customer insured its asset with one insurance policy. Okay, so next for question B, okay, we will look for the question B, okay, which is about the chemical warfare. A chemical processing factory has 2 boiler and pressure vessel plant insurance policy. So we can look here based on this question at the first sentence. Okay, so for this company, they have 2 insurance policies, right? So which are the 2 boiler and pressure vessel plant insurance policies. Okay, so each of which carries a contribution clause. The first insurance policy underwritten by Apple Pie Berhad, okay, which is the first insurance company, Apple Pie Berhad, has a sum insured of 12,000. And the second policy underwritten by Delby Berhad has a sum insured of 10,000. So both policies are subject to average condition. So the chemical warfare incurs a loss of 1860 when a boiler explodes and the said event is covered by the both policies. Okay, so the value at the risk at the time of loss is 12,000. So this is the value of the risk. Calculate of the liability that should be paid of each insurer. Okay, why is it each insurer? Because for this company, okay, like I said before, okay, they have 2 insurance policies, right? So that's why you have to calculate the amount of claim for each insurer. Okay, so for this question, we have a different formula because the company, okay, insured, okay, their asset, okay, with 2 insurance policies. So for 2 insurance policies, okay, the formula is, okay, sum insured. Okay, the formula is sum insured. And then we have to divide with the total sum insured. Okay, because for this question, okay, the customer, they have 2 insurance policies covered. So that's why you have to use for this formula, sum insured, divide by total sum insured. And then you have to times with the loss. Okay, how much the amount of total loss. Right? So this is a formula for 2 insurance policies. So you can state here, this is for 2 policies. Sum insured divide by total sum insured times with the loss. Okay, so based on this question, okay, we know that the company is insured by 2 insurance company, right? So that's why you have to divide, okay, the table here with 2 insurance policy. So first insurance company is Apple Pie Berhad, and secondly is for the Delby Berhad. So for the Apple Pie Berhad, okay, the amount of sum insured is, for the Apple Pie Berhad, sum insured is 12,000. Okay, so you have to calculate for the amount of sum insured. For the Apple Pie Berhad is, sum insured is 12,000. And then we have to divide with the total sum insured. So total sum insured for both policies, how much? 12,000. And then you have to plus with the 10,000 ringgit. So for Apple Pie Berhad is 12,000. For Delby Berhad is 10,000. Okay. So for the total sum insured is 10,000. Sorry. Total sum insured is 22,000. Right. So how we get for the 22,000 is you have to add the sum insured of Apple Pie Berhad is 12,000 plus with the sum insured of the Delby Berhad 10,000. So then you will get the amount of total sum insured. Okay, which is 22,000. Okay, and then you have to times with the amount of loss. How much the amount of loss? Okay, the amount of loss based on this question is the chemical warfare incurs a loss of 1860 when the boiler explodes. So this is the amount of loss. Okay, so please not times with the amount of value of the risk. Okay, because the value of the risk is not the amount of loss. So the amount of loss is 1860. Okay. Okay, then you will get the answer is, right? Okay, 1014.55. Okay, so this is how you will get the answer for Apple Pie Berhad. Okay, so for the next question, del by Berhad, I think you can do it by your own self for your own exercise, how to calculate for the del by Berhad, which is you have to use the same formula for two policies, sum insured divided by with total sum insured times with the loss. Okay, so this is the amount that you will get for the del by Berhad. Okay, so this is for the question B. And then we will look for the question C. Okay, so based on this question, Hani has 2 fire policies insuring her house. So for the first sentence, it already mentioned that this customer has 2 insurance fire policy. So you can know which formula that should be used, right, for this question. The sum insured are 150,000 and 155,000 respectively. Okay, because this is based on 2 insurance policies, right? So that's why they have 2 amount of sum insured. So if Hani's house is damaged by fire and the loss is valued at 18,500, calculate the claims paid by the 2 policies. Okay, so you have to use the same formula. Okay, with the question B, because for the question B also, okay, for the question that related with the 2 policies, right? So the same formula that you can use is sum insured, okay, divide by with the total sum insured, okay, times with the amount of loss, okay, for the 2 insurance policy. So same goes for this question. We have 2 insurance company, right? Okay, so you can state the first insurance company is insurer A and the second insurance company is insurer B, because for this question they do not state the name of the company. So you can just state the company A will be the insurer A and company B will be the insurer B. Okay, so for the insurer A, okay, the amount of sum insured for insurer A, okay, is 150,000, right? Okay, for this is for the first insurance policy, 150,000. Okay, and then you have to divide with the total sum insured. Total sum insured is 150,000 plus with the second insurance policy sum insured, which is 155,000. Then you will get the answer is 305,000 for the total sum insured. Okay, so this is for the total sum insured. Okay, the amount is sum insured 150,000 divided by with total sum insured 305,000. Okay, and then you have to divide with the loss. How much the amount of loss? So the amount of loss is valued at 18,500. So you have to times with the 18,500. So the answers is, right, you will get the answer is 9098.36. This is the answer for insurer B. So for insurer A. So for insurer B, I think you can do it by your own self, right? Because I already explained to you, okay, the formula for 2 insurance policy. So which you have to remember for 2 insurance policy. Then you can use the formula is sum insured divided by total sum insured times with the amount of loss. Okay, same goes for question B. You can, okay, do it by your own self as an exercise, how to calculate the amount of claim by the del by Berhad. And for question A, okay, this is a different formula, which is formula for 1 insurance policy is sum insured divided by value of the asset at the time of loss times with the total loss. Okay, so I hope you can really understand about the calculation, how to calculate for the amount of claim paid by the insurance company for today. Okay, so that's all for today class. Okay, thank you for your attention and Assalamualaikum.